been popping up. What you in Facebook deal or something?
Who the greatest? No, not the latest. Ain't that debatable? Yeah. Check the stats. This the Jared Willer Ryan show. 9 no days off. You been grinding, I've been grinding too. Made it through the storm, great clouds. You see me shining through champion and state of mind. I've been balling better D up after we won it all. That's the only time my feet up. Blood, sweat, tears, hard work with the passion, the killer in the game. I hop in and go assassin. Nah, I can't be average. Nah, I can't be last. Just always first or nothing. Doubter said I was bluffing. See him after I went like I thought you was saying something. I told him that I was coming. Gun in the head, drumming. Shit shots.
All right. And we are live. Welcome to another episode of That's Debatable.
Yo.
I am Ryan Dietrich. As always, the voice of reason, holding things down. I got my guys with me, Jeremiah Bays and Will Ward. Welcome to the show, everybody. Bring us in, gentlemen.
Welcome, and welcome to the new day. Still Who Day. We didn't get it done last night. You see my man Joe B's behind me. But you see it dressed up a little festive. Got a little bit of that Joe swag off of me. And it's vacation time. Hence the, the little polo, glasses. Likes Joe swag, but one heck of a game by the boys.
I look ghosty.
I know.
Okay, I'll fix on. Okay.
Didn't get the win. Didn't get what we were supposed to set out there to come to get. But, hey, I love what they came out and did. Gonna get to that a little bit more. How you feeling, Jeremiah?
I'm feeling good, man. Valentine's Day show, Valentine's week. So we can't throw no shade today. Full of love, no hatred, all love, love for the losers, and love for the winners. Hey, everybody, it was a great game. Came down to the end, last seconds, almost put the game away. Came down to MVP Cooper Cup. Can't complain.
Sure you can.
Well,
no need to complain. We had a good game. We seen what we seen. They did what they did. They conquered. So, like I said, we get to that a little bit more here later. How you feeling, Rye?
Man, things are good. Good Super Bowl. It was pretty even keel kind of the whole way. There wasn't, those kind of big, there are a couple big moments, but, no big deficits kind of one way or another, a couple big plays, no controversial calls for, minus like the 2 or 3. So all things considered, it's, a pretty penalty-free game until like a couple moments. So,
yeah, especially that last job.
Just kind of nice. So, like I said, kind of an even pace, to the entire game. I was pretty impressed with both teams. That's kind of what, a little bit of give and take from each side. I mean, Bengals' offensive line held up well, and there were times that they didn't. Stafford did his thing, made some great plays. Stafford did his thing through a couple picks. So we saw a little bit of both. One of them wasn't both identities.
That last one wasn't on him. That first pick was, but that last one, that was off the tight end's hand. Got to catch those.
Yep. So, always love the Super Bowl, good halftime show. Uncle Vince came down, so I was just hanging at the house with my mom and Uncle Vince. So, made some good food, pretty relaxed, quiet Super Bowl. We did have the CBJ Cup. We broadcast the finals yesterday for the Score on Air Network, so we were up at Chiller North. Excellent game between Olentangy Berlin and Olentangy Liberty. Some really good high school hockey. So the goal highlights in the game are up on the Score on Air Network YouTube page. So for all of you out there, jump on the Score on Air Network YouTube page if you want to check some of those highlights. So excellent time up there. Great hockey. Had a good time calling with me and Jay, and the good crew as always. So, and that was, it was a packed house, middle of the afternoon, but both fan bases it was pretty rowdy in there. So good hockey, good game, and then, Super Bowl all night. So good Sunday all around, and it's Valentine's today. So
shout out to the lovers.
Shout out to the women in your life, or, man or woman, whoever, whatever. Shout out to the people you love. I'll keep it simple like that. So
Definitely.
Good time for the lovers. I actually had the opportunity to go out this past weekend with the lady in my life. Got to see a nice concert down at Nationwide Arena. Had nice talent, Monica 112.
Who was down there?
H-Town, kind of early 90s R&B.
Yeah.
For the lovers, for the Valentine's weekend, had a really good time. Mid-90s, yeah. Little,
escaping them.
Yep.
Yeah. That's kind of the generation before, as I had offered my girl, but she was like, nah. We had went to the Mongolian Grill as a family. Her sister, this dude, the kids, me and my kids, and the girl, lady. Went to the Mongolian Grill up in Easton.
Yeah.
Yeah, just finished that this morning.
times.
Yeah, definitely just finished that this morning.
The leftovers, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like it. So, yeah. Good weekend overall.
Not too special. It's full of love. Spend time with the family.
Yep. That's what it's about.
Yep.
Be around the people you care about. So,
you ready to dive in?
Let's get into business, boys.
let's do it.
Where we start?
All right, Will. We'll go to you. I want your, give me a synopsis of the Super Bowl.
We'll start off right there in the first half. The Rams jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Odell got the first touchdown. It was one of those plays right before they drove down and got their touchdown that kind of wanted to highlight. It was the Cooper Kupp out of the backfield on third down that kind of started them off on the right path before they scored. Overall, I think that first half for Cincinnati could have been, a little bit better, more put together. You've seen them going for early drives or early, risk-taking drives on that fourth down.
I was going to say, yeah, what do you think about that?
I actually like that call. It's leave everything on the table right now. You're right in the middle of the field. They were on the 50-yard line, so they had the opportunity to either punt it away and pin them deep or rely on that defense, which actually came out, made the Rams punt on their first drive. So you were kind of thinking that, your defense was going to hold, which they did. on those third downs, a few times in that game, they were just giving it up. That defense of Cincinnati was just giving it up on third down. It would be 3rd and 11, 3rd and 9, or whatever, what may have you. But that first half, I think they came out 13-10 going into halftime. So
toward half, I thought y'all was getting momentum to come out, and actually kind of make a statement. Y'all almost did. Second play of the second half.
Right.
The play to Higgins, the call, no call, that's debatable. Face mask, was it an OPI?
We got the one where Chase was in the first quarter. Jamar Chase with his one-hand catch that got them actually moving down the field. I think at that point they actually only got a field goal off of that drive, and that's one thing that really hurt them.
Got to put points on the board.
Downfield, and then they didn't put the points once they got into the red zone. So if you want to pull that up and run that one real quick.
You got it, sir. Jamar Chase, man, dude's got hands. He's got soft hands. There was another one. Third or fourth down conversion. I think it's fourth down. They threw that kind of horizontal pass to Chase where he turned and made it with that.
Yeah.
Butter smooth. But man, that ball, dude can catch. Anyway, here it is.
Yeah.
Straight drop, going deep in that direction.
Hey, Ramsey had a rough day.
Ramsey got exposed. He was what we thought he was. He's an all-pro corner. I don't disrespect the man at all.
They just got the best of him that day.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
We gave him our best shot. Yeah. But it was at times.
He had his hands full.
Yeah.
Sometimes you spill a little bit on the plate. It's all good. You just gotta make sure you sweep it up.
Man, look at
great grab. Look at that's
one-handed
the
the whole way.
ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I said it.
They can't deny it at this point.
Boy showed up.
Did you guys watch the NFL honors on Thursday? It was such an afterthought to me. I completely forgot it was going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, this happened.
I was watching basketball Thursday.
Speaking of, there you go.
I think that was the All-Star drive.
Sorry, that's a little fuzzy, but there's the Fox 2001. Your offensive rookie of the year. He was also he was the AP rookie of the year, and then he was the offensive rookie of the year as well. So 2 awards.
Yeah.
As he deserved, he changed the face of our franchise from being at the bottom of the barrel, only winning 4 games the year before, to giving Joe Burrow a great weapon to go to. And if you've been following this show, me and Jared, we had the NFL draft. Was actually sitting debating who was going to, should they pick Penei Sewell, should they pick Jamar Chase, and I got my wish. They got Jamar, and I knew from that moment that he was going to be special and makes big contribution to that team. And so, hey, shout out to my man Jamar Chase. Keep your head up, man. I know it's a hard loss, first year rookie, but it's best is yet to come. It's going to get brighter here in Cincinnati. So that whole entire squad, even Eli Apple, I know a lot of people have been giving Eli some big flack because of what happened. Just got to get back to the drawing board. But like I said, take some time, rest, relax. Second best isn't the worst that can happen, but it's a Cinderella story no matter what. We got there, achieved 13-4. Didn't get there, but 13 did. We did get that 13 mark. 13-7 was the actual final record for the Cincinnati Bengals this year. But believed in them boys from the jump. I've been beating that drum for the last 20 years, and I actually see them actually get there the last 20 years, man. Not just this. My fandom don't just start from this season. I've been with those boys since Chad and Carson Palmer and my boy Rudy Johnson, Corey Dillon, Akili Smith, Peter Warwick. I mean, I go back from that time era. So, but to actually see them get into the Super Bowl and to ball, we didn't just get,
years.
Yeah, we didn't just get there and get banged around. We fought, got slid a couple times, but overall, I'm satisfied. I'm more happy than I ever been with.
I'm gonna get back up, mama. I'm gonna
sure.
get back up. I'm gonna get up.
I'm happy just to see what they did. But overall, in that second half, I'm not happy with that at all, man. I don't put the whole entire blame on the players. I think the execution could have been a lot better, and the proper preparation prevents for poor performance. We talk about them P's right now. So I'll slow it down. The proper preparation prevents for poor performance. And on 3rd down and 1, there's no way that you should be going up the middle knowing that there's a man-child right there, a real-life freak, for lack of better words right now. Aaron Donald played himself and put on for his team at the right moments. Big players made big plays at big times. So that was one thing that I think they should have maybe went away from his side, maybe ran a lot more screens. That defense was starting to put on a lot more pressure. And I think that Joe Burrow and the boys should have maybe audibled out. I don't know what Zach Taylor's all his calls were, but I think the final waning moments of that second half,
You talking about the 3rd and 1, the Samaje Perine?
Right.
Yep.
Why was he in the game?
It's not even why he was in the game. Why are we running straight right there? And I think that once that pressure started to come, I think we should have went to another
Switched it up
direction.
a little
Floyd
bit.
went out. Everything should have been going towards that direction.
Right.
They was having AD and Vaughn on the same side a lot.
It was times where AD and Vaughn wasn't even in the game. I've seen a couple of pans to the sideline where they were both in the game and we weren't taking advantage of them not being there. Sometimes you got to take more chances up the field. Sometimes you got to hit the screens, more of the short balls. You know that pressure's coming, so don't sit back there in the pocket and wait for them to get deep. Hit what you
That's
can.
the young quarterback. That's where him being young actually showed up. Versus if that's Brady, maybe Brady get the ball out quicker.
Dude, that
Versus him
last
holding on to
drive,
the
though,
ball.
that last drive, Burrow completed, those 3 good looks right away. They get to the 50-yard line. Higgins, I think, for, first down, they get 8. So then it's 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. They can't get 1 yard. They go 2 straight run plays, and then they throw it on 4th down. On 4th down, I thought they should have ran a draw with Mixon. But it is what it is. You go to you put the ball in your players' hands. So I thought maybe a little questionable call on that 4th down. The 3rd down run,
Taylor got out coached.
I didn't mind it so much, but you're dead on. It's 3rd and 1. You got to get a yard. You shouldn't run it at Aaron Donald. So whether you sweep the outside, something like that. But
That's when you get the ball in the chase hands, whether if it's a run play like they did earlier, or if they a quick little bubble screen. That's when you don't even run the ball because the Rams' front is their strength. You got to get the ball to the outside and let your best playmaker make a play. Since Burrow can't use his legs, because I think at that point in time he was dinged up.
Yep.
You got to get the ball in the chase hands and let the rookie do his thing. But the Rams won. That's the side of your Bengals. Rams showed up.
Rams did.
Rams showed up. The players ball.
Real quick on that, though, you mentioned Bengals don't use a lot of pre-snap motion.
Nope.
And that's one thing I thought maybe need a little bit more of. I'm watching the Niners all the time, and that's all they do. But that's a good way, against a stout front seven, running some pre-snap motion
Not a lot
is,
of window dressing.
Pre-snap motion, good way to expose some of those patterns and what the defense is doing. Good way to shift some of those guys around and gain, get that edge on the left or right side, especially when you got speed. So, but different coaching styles, some things like that. I was impressed with the way the Bengals hung in, man.
Oh, yeah, they fought.
Both
That's
sides
all I
did.
can ask for the losing squad on whoever side it is. Just no blowouts, nothing like that.
What's up, Rashard? We'll see if we can do this. What's up, Rashard?
All right, what's going on, my guy?
Hang on, you're coming through my phone. What's going on here? You still there? Call me back.
All right, it's again.
Oh, wait, there we go.
Got him?
Right when he left.
You figured it out?
It just, I don't know, jumped through the speaker.
All right, we got
Maybe
our
it's
first
taking a
caller.
sec.
Rashard's calling in.
Yep, do it again.
If you want to be a part of the show tonight, we got
Let's
our
adjust
callers
the
calling
elephant
in.
the room.
It might just take a second to. Yeah, Brian Wade. Terrible defensive holding on Wilson. You got that right. All right, a little bit of
Hey,
feedback there.
call that number back.
Yeah, he will. Might just take a second to jump from my phone into the Roadcaster, so.
Hey, but
We're
back to
experimenting.
it. A little technical difficulties. We're going to get it right here.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's adjust the elephant in the room. Terrible defensive holding call on
All right.
Wilson.
All right, Rashard.
Want to go with that one.
What's We can. Let's see if it just takes a second to transfer. We got you on the line, my man. I'm waiting to hear if it'll kick you into my speaker so the boys can hear you other than just me. So we've got Rashard Nolan. He's our kind of resident Rams fan. And we got him on the line. What's up? All right, well, holler at him. See what you guys can hear.
Go ahead, Rashard. What you got, man?
Hold on. I can't hear him in that thing.
I can hear him over here. There you go.
Talk about,
there we go.
Personally, I think the OBJ injury is really what kept y'all in the game, because with him, it was looking like the score was about to be what I predicted. I predicted the score was going to be 34-20, and it was looking like it was definitely going to be upwards. We was definitely going to get in the 30s. Then that was going to take your whole run game away, because that's what kept y'all in the game the first half was the run game. Mixon was actually doing really good on us. So yeah, we already knew our pass rush was going to We already knew our pass rush was going to terrorize the game. We already knew that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's why I honestly think that y'all was trying to the short passes early. It was working a little bit, bad mixing, and then y'all went away from it. I don't know if that's on Zach Taylor. I don't know if, like Jared just said, if it was the young quarterback that y'all just used to the big plays, and that's what y'all were trying to get, but
they ain't take what was given to them.
That's what it looks like to me, because our worst position is linebacker, and I thought that's what y'all was going to try to kill us
Shard,
out.
let me just get your take on this. So going down the second half, when it was looking like y'all couldn't score, how did that make you feel? Were you nervous? Did you have confidence that y'all gonna come back the whole time, because y'all didn't score until the fourth quarter?
The whole time, as long as when I had my party here, I told everybody, as long as we can keep it within 10,
right? I
guarantee we're coming back to win this game. There's no doubt about it. Because the second half, y'all really wasn't moving the ball. Other than that big touchdown, we even gave y'all possession in our field position, in y'all field position. Still, we held y'all to 3 points.
Yeah.
Our defense is elite.
That boy in the middle showed up for sure.
Yeah, and that's what I was like, boy, because Uzama, he could tell he was hurt, because I don't even think he played the second half at all. If he did, I don't even think he did. But I knew Boyd was going to kill us, and I was like, I told everybody, I was like, if we can handle Boyd, I'm confident we're going to be okay. If Boyd started to get over on us, and I was like, he dropped that pass, oh, man, that's when I knew we was definitely going to win the game once he dropped that ball.
Right. Yeah, that was kind of that nail in the coffin on that one. What do you think your chances of Aaron Donald returning? You think he's going to come back? You think he's going to hang it up?
He's coming back.
Yeah, I think he's going to come back. I mean, everybody wants to repeat. I would definitely say he would give his chance to repeat.
In Vegas?
It's in
next year,
Arizona.
Arizona next year. He loves Arizona. He puts on shows in Arizona. So I actually got some questions for y'all, if that's cool.
For sure, man. Go ahead. Fire out.
So we know y'all weaknesses, defense or offensive line and cornerback. Do you spend your money on cornerback? Do you spend your money on offensive line? Do you draft cornerback, or do you draft offensive line? Like, what do you think?
Go ahead. Finish up.
No, I'm saying, what do you think is where your money should be spent and where your draft capital should be spent?
The draft, I want to see experience come in. Or from the free agency, I want to see experience come in. So I would go free agency, bring in a tackle, a guard, something around there. Guys are going to want to start to play with Joe Burrow, and they want to be on this offense. So they know if they can come in, they can contribute in this particular way, and that's where the hole is. So to have somebody like, Ryan, if you want to let us have Trent Williams, we can take that one off your hands. To have a guy like that come in, or I'm not for sure, who else is going to be a free agent this year, but I would go free agency, the offensive line, more experience, and then have a nice cornerback, whether it's my guy that's coming out of Cincinnati right now. I'm slipping his name right now. Garner. Yeah. So I would like that aspect, but at the same time, the inexperience, it has to be a lockdown corner. We're going to get the 31st pick at this point. So it just depends. If you can get that upper echelon, maybe not even the best or whatever in the draft, you can still get something that's going to be a marquee name that's hold value for a long time to come.
Y'all not used to drafting at the back of the draft, so do y'all know how to draft at the back? Can y'all find them steals, some sneaky good picks? Do y'all trade down to get more picks to build in the line? Because you can go veteran line, but you still need some young depth, and you need at least one veteran corner and young depth. So you need leadership within the youth, and then you combine both, and that's how you get the team you have.
And then my other question would be, do you trade Tyler Boyd, you think?
Nah, you got to keep this together. Unless somebody's about to – if it's like it depends what's on the table, but I think you keep this nucleus together. I don't know. We have the cap space right now to where that's not really even
got the fifth most cap space.
Problems like mission.
Yeah, that's not a problem. The money is there in Cincinnati. So I think what got you here, you keep it together for as long as you can, and you continue to get experience. You continue to build on that. That's a sophomore and a freshman in my eyes. So once you become seniors in the game, you mature together. That's all this is. It is experience right now. So to see how they're starting off, the first full season by Joe Burrow, the first full season by Chase, I mean, it's going to continue to blossom. So as it manifests, we're going to just continue to watch. But it's going to be the guys in that same division. The Browns obviously have Cincinnati's number per se. That second game, I don't give a lot to that one. The first one, they gave it to us. But we know the big boy Ravens going to come back. You know, I know True in the game, they still going to come back, and they going to come back hard.
A pick with Antonio Brown yesterday.
The Squillers,
and then
they're going to be at the bottom of the barrel, though.
It depends on who. If they make a move for one of the Wilsons or Rodgers or Watsons, it depends on what the Steelers do, because they still got the receivers. They got the young running back in Najee. They still got the defense. If they could get somebody to sling that ball. And sleeper, we still don't know what Dwayne Haskins is going to do. Like, True. People think that's funny or not, but the young man has arm talent. He's slow, whatever. You ain't got to be. It's all about if you calculate or not. Has he been in the books? I've heard the last thing I've heard from him was that he reported on his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But that's just because he ain't want to put her hands on him. I think that might sound corny, but that's a man move. Like, I ain't trying to deal with you. My name is already in too many headlines, so he stepped out of that. And the last time I seen him, he was holding a clipboard. So they could have their quarterback already in the house. So the Steelers, that's debatable. The Browns, what are they gonna do with a healthy Baker? The question is still questions with the Browns, and the Ravens got to come back healthy.
And then this is another question I got for y'all. This is kind of a Rams question we got floating around our little Rams groups. What it looks like is we got two wide receivers that are possibly, we got two wide receivers that have ACL tears. We got Robert Woods and we got OBJ. Robert Woods is older OBJ by like 2 years, so it's not really that much of a difference. Do you guys think we should prioritize one or the other? Do you think we should cut Woods, try to re-sign OBJ? Do you think we should let OBJ walk, keep Robert Woods, or try to keep both of them, if possible?
I would keep both.
Yeah, you already knew when Odell was coming. I don't know what his contract looked like. I know it's in Bitcoin or something like that, but you knew what he was when you signed him, and you knew Robert Woods was still going to be there. Like I said about Cincinnati, you keep him around because that's only going to make you stronger. How long is Matthew Stafford going to be around? That's the one question that I want to know.
He got another 10. He just not. They floating around this Hall of Fame question for him now. I think he just made his Hall of Fame case.
I just got something.
Solidified it. He's just making his case now. He got to get MVPs. He got to get all pros. He got the squad now. If Matthew Stafford's smart, he should sacrifice. If he learned anything from Brady, he should take what he already made all of his money. Now he got the championship. He should sacrifice just to get the so you can keep OBJ and Woods in house without any problems, because the big money's really on the defensive side of the ball. Cup is already paid, I believe. I don't know if he is going to want more money after the year he had, but Stafford should sacrifice and take less. It really is going to start with him. That way you could keep the running backs and you could bring both ones in the house. I don't think OBJ could leave for real because he's injured now. Maybe if he had the big game like we thought he was about to have, and then he was healthy right now, And them wasn't just tears of sadness. There was tears of just joy.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit of both. It was like bittersweet for OBJ yesterday. Yeah, he got the championship, and he kind of contributed, but he didn't get to contribute in the way he wanted to. So, but he ain't got that many options now because he tore that. He might have torn the same ACL that he already torn. So hopefully they could keep him in house. I think the impact that he had on the Rams has definitely pushed the Rams. That is two things that affected the Rams this season. Number one, OBJ going there. Not Stafford is already there. OBJ going there mid-season. You know what else happened mid-season? No. Rashard came on. That's debatable. And ever since, the Rams been lit. Hey, keep it a bean. Ever since, the Rams been lit. I only think they've had one loss since then, and they definitely, obviously, they never lost in the playoffs, and they won the Super Bowl. So you can shout out That's Debatable for the dub.
Hey.
Hey, congrats, man. Show.
For real. All love here. No shade.
Hey, thanks for calling in, Rashard.
Yes, sir. No problem. Y'all boys keep up the good work.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Cool. That was nice, man. Whoever was up next, let's chat it out here on That's Debatable.
Holla if you want.
So what's next on the list here? Let's go over to those Super Bowl commercials. I don't know if y'all really was peeping them. What was y'all checking out? But.
Man, I was trying to figure out why Miley Cyrus and Dolly is doing T-Mobile.
Right.
I was seeing a lot of the big stars on like the lower brands. That's like not lower brands, but you know, like I don't know. Here's this. I seen some of them, but that's the one that stuck out the most to me.
Did y'all check out the LeBron? With him and himself,
yeah, that was
as a younger one.
Yeah, actually crispy.
That one was kind of.
That commercial was hard. That commercial was actually hard. Yeah.
Let's see. The new Chevy, the Sopranos commercial with Meadow and AJ Soprano was the new electric Chevy Silverado. That was pretty fresh, but I'm a big Sopranos fan.
What's the dude's name? Not Mini Me. What's Dr. Evil?
Yeah, Scott.
Yeah.
With the push button on him.
Yeah.
From Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Mike Myers?
Yeah. Mike Myers wasn't in the commercial though. It was just Dr. Evil, the dude that played his son.
$1 million and his son.
I think I missed that one.
Yeah.
Right. What's his name? Seth Rogen, maybe, or I don't know.
No, it's Seth Green.
There you go.
Yeah, him.
No, I missed it. I didn't catch that one.
A commercial with Halle Berry.
Yeah, man, it's just, it is what it is. There's a lot of
stuck out.
Man, they put a lot of just really try and sell you, try and tug at your heartstrings and all that. Man, they're just commercials. Come on, peddle your products.
A bunch of electric car commercials. I thought that was pretty.
Dude, that's
the one with the dog.
Yeah, the little robot dog.
In the window.
Yep.
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger makes an appearance on there as a god.
Him and Selma.
Yeah.
Pretty good Super Bowl overall.
Halftime show.
I knew you was going there, man.
There you go.
You already hit it. That was a major W for hip hop.
You got that right.
Man, for me, 50 Cent is one of my guys, power plug. If you ain't caught up, but Force just came out episode 2, so I'll go ahead and catch it.
You all caught up on that?
Yeah, I already caught up on.
Nothing.
It's a lot going on with Force, but they still slow walking you through it. I'm learning the characters. Tommy doing Tommy type things, but it's a family called the Flynn's, and it's the hood spot. With it's good, man. 50's on another one, but he came out surprised with you can find me in the club. I start rapping it in the so I was like, oh yeah, that's
just like the video, man. Drops down, upside down.
Oh, 50 to gain some weight though.
That's where everybody's saying he a full $1 now, boy. He ain't just 50.
Nah.
I actually
he's looking a little
score chat going on for Score on Air. And I called that one verbatim. We was talking about what was going to be one of the halftime.
Finally, a Kendrick sighting.
It was going to be a halftime spectacular or a halftime surprise. And I said if they was going to bring out 50, it was just something in me. Said I knew
it was Dr. J's biggest,
it's kind of lined
biggest
up.
artist that's up under him. You got Eminem, the new era with Kendrick, Snoop, what he started with.
I heard there was some.
I
heard the NFL didn't like Eminem kneeling at the very end of it.
Yeah, but controversy. But Eminem's Eminem.
That's good for Eminem to stuff the NFL.
Yeah. But he did take. I didn't even peep it. I only even seen it because of the internet. I wasn't even watching that. I was still busy losing myself, trying to make sure I wasn't getting mama spaghetti on me. I was out there looking a little nervous. Knees is weak, arms are sweaty.
Man,
The scene was kind of cool, like the sort of on the street, throwback to Holla.
here we go.
Somebody's in the building. Yo, hello.
That's
Yo,
my
yo.
man Jamal.
Let's see. What's up, Jamal? There we go.
Hey, what's going on?
Who they?
Who they? Hey, man. Hey, that was a rough game, man. It was an emotional roller coaster, man.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine
Jamal
actually being a
Woods.
fan.
Jamal Woods.
Hey, man.
His name was still up there.
Huh?
What'd you think, man? How should we start the rebuilding process? First of all, let me get your take on what you think about how we played last night.
Hey, defense showed up immediately. I love it. The way defense started off, a quick 3-and-out. They showed dominance immediately, but we got away from what we need to do. We got away from the run. Say the run was doing us right on the offensive side the first half. Second half, they went explosive, big play, and then they was like, "Yo, we can do that all game," and then they couldn't. They would have continued with the run. Mixon could have did his thing. They could have brought P. Ryan in. They wanted to have a change of pace, but we should have continued to run. And then if they wanted to pass, hit that play action. But without play action, they had no threat. They could just send their ears back and come to the quarterback.
Right.
And that's what cost us the game.
You think we should have went screen more of the play action, got Chase involved? How big was that T. Higgins, or not T. Higgins, but Tyler Boyd drop?
Oh, that was a momentum killer. And that made him. I feel like that made him afraid of the short passes at that point. If we would have went screen or anything little short in the middle, over the middle, man, I think we could have stayed kept momentum and getting the ball moving, man. But they, like I said, they went back. I feel like we lost the game the way we've been winning games the whole season, and that's explosive plays and relying on field goals. So I feel like the rebuild, we need to address the offensive line through free agency, maybe get a young talent in the draft, and we got. I hate to say it, man, but Apple got to go, man.
Are you kicking the Apple out?
I tried to defend this dude all season, man, but I mean, he didn't show up when we needed him, and this is why he's been on 14.
Oh man,
this is exactly why.
Hey, kick him out, then, G. I was going to save him. I thought he could, I thought he could go to the dime package or the nickel package. He got potential, but like you said, you just got to show up in big times. And I didn't think a lot of those corners from Hilton, all of them, that whole secondary just played lackluster yesterday. It wasn't what we've been getting from them in the playoffs.
They had one job to stop one guy. It was literally just one guy. Y'all did good. They did good all the way up until the last drive. All the way up until the last drive.
They had cut doubled the whole game. I don't know why we got away from the double team.
Now y'all was still doubling. He was beating the double team. No, he the cup tipped over and he was turned.
Buck him off the line, and then had the other dude step up at that point, man. But it was like they was like playing in too much cushion, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah, because you weren't going to get hit up top.
Right.
I feel like at that point it was on the offense to make something happen. Because the defense held them as long as they could, literally. The defense held them as long as they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, if they would have ran the ball, man, I think that could have changed momentum. But we up. If we're up in the game, why are you throwing the ball like that? Why are you throwing the ball like that in the fourth quarter?
Right. Nah, they definitely got away from everything that really got them there. So I don't know, man. I think Zach Taylor, he got a brain fart. That's where he just seen, like we said, the experience come in, and
coach,
we'll be back, man.
Yeah, well, you got to address that offensive line.
That's debatable.
You got to address that offensive line. Offensive line. If they end up keeping Apple, they need to move him to safety.
So where you
can't
gonna move
have you
Von
out
Bell?
there
Because you're
running-
not giving up Jesse Bates.
Well, hey, man, you know what? Well, that's a great thing. Well, after you're out of there, buddy. I tried to save you. You're out of there.
Hey, he's out of there, man. Hey, thanks for calling in, Jamal.
Yep. Take it easy.
Appreciate you, man.
Just one bad apple, man. One bad apple could ruin the whole thing, right? The whole bag.
That's what I was going to ask, is if you think it was, you've said a couple times Zach Taylor got out coached. Jamal, why did they abandon when they're, got a lead in the game? Why do you go to the pass? But that's also what you've trusted all year long, is the passing game. I mean, the running game is there, but
Mixon was a top 5 back.
Yeah.
Top 3, maybe.
I can't fathom what he was thinking. I know, that pass has been there for so long and you want to rely on, but I've been saying that the run game is what opens up the pass.
Yeah.
So you can
Especially
take some
when
of the
your
pressure
line
off.
is weak. Especially
Right.
when your line is weak, I think the strength of the other team is their line. It was all about power. And Donald and Vaughn had a day. Even there was another backup tackle that was eating. Floyd got hurt. That didn't stop him at all. They just kept getting to it. And when it was time to make plays, number 99 made the plays. Also, he could have been, Super Bowl MVP, but, cup is cup. And what an awesome year he had. But you gotta call different plays. You got to get your playmakers the ball. They figured out. McVay said, well, everybody else ain't getting it done. I'm going to figure out how to get Cup the ball. Cup got it on that last drive, caught 4 passes. Of course, he scored the game-winning touchdown. He also ran the ball. Like, they did what they had to do to get him the ball. Y'all didn't get Jamar the ball enough, or y'all didn't run Joe enough. And Joe, I think, had a decent game for the amount of production that he had.
for sure. If they did. We got anybody else out there?
Step right up.
Anybody in the chats? For those of you that are tuned in and listening, give me a holler. My number's in there.
Do you think you believe the Bengals will be back?
It's a good chance just based off of that schedule that we got coming up.
Y'all got a first place schedule though. It's easy.
I know no schedule is easy, but there's like Miami is on there.
That's the other thing. One
Pull it
thing
up real
about
quick.
like going into the season, it's always this team has the toughest strength of schedule. This team has the toughest strength of schedule, but it's based
But you
on
still got to play.
It's based on last year and how often do teams go from worst to first. The Bengals won 3 games last year, this year in the Super Bowl. So I mean, when you're going into this season, teams that have the Bengals on their schedule, those are easy. That's an easy team because they're bad. So strength of schedule to me, you have no idea until you play the games.
Of course, the actual schedule isn't all the way out yet, like the actual dates. But at home, they got the Falcons, the Ravens, of course, the Bills, the Panthers, the Browns. Got the Chiefs are coming back to Cincinnati again, Miami, and the Steelers, of course. And then going on the road, Cincinnati has to go to Baltimore, Cleveland, Dallas. If you on that Dallas train, hey, man, let's take that trip down to D-Town. Let's boogie. So you got New England, New Orleans, going to the Jets again. This time we seeking for revenge,
Sound like
for
I got
sure.
the AFC East. I know we got the AFC East
And the AFC
NFC
South,
East.
too.
We got the
NFC South, I'm sorry, because we got the Bucks and the Titans after that.
Yeah, we got the NFC East. The Vikings got the NFC East and the AFC East next year.
So,
But the AFC is gonna be tough, man. I still think y'all dodged the bullet with the Bills blowing it versus the Chiefs. Y'all already conquered the Chiefs beast, so y'all just had to do it again. I think the Bills would have been a different type of battle, so y'all got to dodge that bullet. I think the AFC North is gonna be tougher. Y'all escaped. I wouldn't say y'all did what y'all had to do while other teams was getting hurt and they were starting to fall off. Y'all just kept it steady, even when y'all was even when the Bengals was keeping it slow. Even when they lost, they came back right at the ship, got some wins. I think they got the key wins down the stretch to win the division. While teams like the Ravens, injuries to Lamar, injuries to Baker, the Steelers even got in there, but that's because other teams stumbled, like the Colts and teams like that. So,
yeah.
But the AFC North itself is going to be tough. It's not the toughest division in football. People, you got to stop saying that.
That's where we at there.
The NFC West is definitely the toughest division in football. They had 3 teams in the playoffs. They also had 2. So it would have been the NFC West representative no matter what coming out of the NFC. So NFC West would have been king of the NFC as well. And NFC West ultimately, if you think the AFC West is the toughest, the best of the AFC West, the best of the AFC North, and the best of the NFC West played literally in the Super Bowl, and NFC West conquered. So NFC West is the king conference. Got a lot of shaking up out there. Kyler might be on his way out.
I think it's gonna get shaken up. And then seeing Goodell hanging out with Russ last night. I mean, y'all got
Dude, that's got to be the worst seat in the house, sitting next to Roger Goodell for the Super Bowl, man. Gross.
Unless you're Russell Wilson, you know, that probably fit.
Shady, man. What are those two up to, man?
And he could be trying to. Hey, you gotta get me out of here, G.
Yeah, right.
Get out, get me out
Tampa
of
Bay
here.
could. I mean, if Brady is really gone, I kept hearing rumbles last night also that Brady may not be hanging it up.
Yeah, you know, with Brady, that's
I
debatable.
think you're going to hear that until week 1, right?
Yeah.
All season long. Well, he could come back at middle of the season. Somebody's going to get hurt.
Let a contending team quarterback go down, and Brady's name will pop up again. They was talking about trying to bring Phillip Rivers out of retirement at one point, so we never know with the GOAT. But, yeah, it's going to be a tough AFC for you guys. You got the Bills. I really think Bills should be favorites. The Chiefs probably ain't going nowhere. It's other Titans. Titans might be back. But if the Titans get Aaron Rodgers, then Aaron Rodgers still got to get done in the playoffs. So no matter who get Aaron Rodgers, no matter what, the back-to-back MVP has done, he's going to have to get it done in the playoffs no matter where he goes. So his stats won't matter, at least to someone like me. It won't, because I always seen it. I know what he's capable of. I know he's capable of. He's the same old. Might throw a lot of touchdowns, throw a few amount of picks. He's very calculated until it's game time.
Gotcha. All right, well, you mentioned...
Can the Rams bounce back?
Mentioned the Rams bouncing back. We're talking about shakeups. Kyler going somewhere. Russ going somewhere. We just missed out on the head coaching
Kyler
carousel.
just want to get paid.
Well,
Kyler might just want to get paid. He's still on his rookie deal, I believe.
But the NFL awards was Thursday.
Yeah.
I just got those listed. You brought up Dallas. Cincinnati's going down to Dallas.
Yes.
Which I thought Dan Quinn, the Cowboys defensive coordinator, won assistant coach of the year. So I thought that was maybe questionable. I didn't think their defense was all that hoity-toity. Trayvon Diggs caught all those balls on his own.
Yeah.
And
he also gave up the most yards in the league.
They didn't stop. So I don't know why Dan Quinn won assistant coach of the year.
Trayvon Diggs was like the cornerback equivalent of Jameis Winston. A lot of touchdowns. A lot of touchdowns.
I like that.
But he gave up, which he caught the most picks, but he literally gave up 1,000, like almost 1,000 yards receiving.
Nice.
So,
I don't know, man. I think you take what, because did he give up touchdowns?
Dude,
he gave up yards. But did he give up touchdowns, though? You know what I mean?
Okay.
We'll have to dive into those stats and see.
I'm going to have to get back with my stat guy to figure out how many touchdowns he gave.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
But I know
if you give up yards, you got burned deep, but you probably caught back up with him, didn't give up the touchdown. If he giving up touchdowns, Jameis had 50 touchdowns, 50 interceptions, though.
30 and 30. Why are you trying to defend Trayvon Diggs and the Cowboys?
Hey, man, I ain't trying to defend him. I'm just saying.
You're being reasonable. You're being logical.
I did put my cape on for the man a couple times.
No,
in Dallas.
But I'm just saying he Jameis.
But that's kind of one of those 11 picks does that statistic. What else lies behind that number?
But the team still
scored how he did, right?
Drive that he gave up those yards on. So
I just didn't think the Cowboys defense was all that solid.
11 takeaways by one guy,
and a very special rookie. So they had a special cornerback and a special rookie.
Yeah.
And you had Micah Parsons too.
Dude, that's what, right.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, special rookie, Micah Parsons. Yeah.
So the assistant coach of the year award can go to Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. So anyway, I'm just throwing shade at Dan Quinn and the Cowboys because that's what I like to do. Also, I'm going to shade on Mike Vrabel. Dude did a heck of a job getting the Titans to where they were, but
he definitely earned it.
Come on.
Oh, who do you think should have got it?
The team was in the Super Bowl, right? Zach Taylor?
No, they went 10-7.
Yeah, but the bounce back, it's not like that award was.
The Titans won the playoffs last year.
It's a regular season award, and in the regular season, the Tennessee Titans lost their best player midway through the season. More than midway, because it was week 8. So they lost him, kept the ship steady, when we thought they were going to fall, they actually won those games after he fell.
Right.
And then there was a couple, hiccups here and there. Then they finished it out strong and got the job done. We're not talking playoffs. This is a regular season award.
season.
But for a team that was
award.
4-12 last year and to make that team to the playoffs, you don't think that has no precedence over nothing?
They were 4-12. I believe they were 4-12 because they lost their quarterback, not because Zach Taylor coached them better. I think they would have won about 8 games last year. Then there would have just been 2 more. What Vrabel was able to maintain is how he got the job, how he won that award. They kept the 1 seed when, we would have thought it. Of course, y'all won your division on beating the Chiefs, but that also kept the Chiefs from getting that 1 seed. The Titans finished the job week 18, and there was a 1 seed.
So what's that saying about his early exit, though? I mean, nothing that's has to be said about that.
Well, I guess
upsets happen.
True.
Upsets happen. The playoffs is the playoffs.
Coach of the year, though.
I mean, but we can also.
But you're right. Regular season award.
Because Vrabel is the defensive coach, pretty much, and the defense did everything they were supposed to do. You can't help it if your quarterback literally throws 3 terrible picks. What is that on Vrabel's coaching, or is that on Tannehill's throwing? That can't be on Vrabel.
Well, it's not quite as easy and clear as it's Tannehill's decisions, but you make a good case. I mean, all of that lines up. Regular season 12-5, NFL MVP goes down, they still win somehow. So, I buy it. But Bengals win it. Three wins last year to the Super Bowl this year is a pretty big leap. So, but anyway, Mike Vrabel, AP Coach of the Year. Rodgers wins his. Let me throw these up. There's some good stats for the Rodgers.
Rodgers.
See, this is why I always love Peyton Manning, man. Everybody, he's not the greatest. He's nowhere near the greatest. He only has 5 NFL MVP
he's
awards.
top 5 all the time, but he's just when it comes to Brady,
He only changed the game.
Yeah, so did Steph Curry, but is he the GOAT?
Not yet.
He's not gonna be the GOAT.
And that's been an argument when you say change the game. I want to get to that at some point. Now that we're kind of getting closer to the NBA. I mean, when we say changing the game, did he make a change for the better?
Steph?
Because with the way that the game is evolving, you look at how these kids right now.
Here's the other one.
Nice.
Not to jump in front of you, but
we all good, man.
This is why he wins the MVP. This is why he was the MVP.
Yeah, statistically, he earned it, but the MVPs of the season was either Tom Brady or Joe Burr.
Mike Vrabel just earned it statistically. You just made the case for that. So
no, that coaching is different.
I'm just saying, you just made the case to but that's one of those things that goes both ways. So my favorite thing about this is that Kirk Cousins is right there at 103.1.
Yeah,
that's probably the best.
Yeah, he could go somewhere.
And I like how they throw Burr just BRR.
Right, hey, my guy's up there with the top of the elites right now, man.
We
came in last.
He was more
season.
of an MVP than Aaron Rodgers.
And there's his stats real quick. Just Burrow, comeback player of the year.
Yeah, definitely. He got his rightful award, but he should have got some more nominations.
He was first in completion percentage. He was second in QBR. He was 6th, I think, in total yards. He was 8th in touchdowns. He was top 10 in a host of statistical categories. So, JB, comeback player of the year. Big shout out there.
Well deserved. The boys of Cincinnati earned it.
Cooper Kupp, offensive player of the
Greatest year ever.
Yep.
It's only one other receiver who's done what Cooper Kupp has done, and he didn't do it in the same year as Cooper Kupp did, and that's the GOAT. I'm a Moss guy, though.
What season? What didn't he do?
Jay Rice has the Offensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl MVP, and he's a Triple Crown winner. But
not
Cooper Kupp has done it all in this season. That's like Jay Rice is the only other receiver to do that throughout his career.
Right.
Kupp did it all in one season.
Yep.
So he is definitely hands down the best wide receiver in the game. Can't argue against it. That's not debatable. Cooper Kupp is that guy. He's literally the Triple Crown king. You can't say Adams. I can't say Justin Jefferson. You can't name anybody. Cooper Kupp is that dude, and you got close seconds. I mean, it's still with the guys that I would take, that I would prefer. That's just because other guys got my heart.
Well, but here's on Saturday or Sunday, I saw Jamar Chase. Somebody asked him, who's the best receiver in the NFL, and Jamar Chase says Devontae Adams without question. So just food for fodder. I always like.
That's true.
You know, we have these debates, but what I like to go to this. You know, I like to ask other NFL. You know, ask NFL receivers who's the best. You know, that's one thing I always like to do is that they would know,
Adams.
right? But
no, they definitely still say Adams.
Cooper. I mean.
But after the year he's had, he's like just like people want to say because of the year that Giannis had, Giannis is now the best player in the NBA. Just like I will say, it's Kevin Durant. But from the year that Giannis had, I can't really too much argue against that. I could just tell you why I believe Kevin Durant's better versus the argument that you might present for Giannis.
Yep.
The argument that's presented for Cooper Kupp, Triple Crown King.
I want to know
Devontae
this.
Adams fall in all of those categories too, and he was second, and he was either he was second or top 5 because he wasn't for one.
Why did they give Stafford the MVP last night over Kupp, who was pretty much?
Kupp was MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they gave it to Stafford.
Nope.
Nah,
Cooper
Bro,
Kupp.
man. Hey, I walked out of the room early anyways. I thought I seen them give it to Stafford.
I thought they were going to give it to Stafford, maybe the 2 picks.
Stafford's 2 picks is why he couldn't get it.
Right.
No, Kupp was the dude that bought out. Now the argument is, the debate is Cooper Kupp or Aaron Donald. That's the debate.
Right. I was wondering, but yep.
You got the best player on their defense, which is the best defensive player in the league. You got the best player on their offense, which is, I will say, the best receiver in the league. And Kupp made the plays on the final drive, but Donald made the plays on the final drive.
Right. Yeah.
So there's
Both ways. Yeah.
They could have been a co-MVP. It could have been a co-MVP.
One to get to the
either
other.
way it go, I'm sure those brothers over there don't care. They got the ring. They sealed the deal. They did everything. Like my state, I was rooting for the Bengals, but I said the Rams better win it, and they got it.
Yep. And yeah, if you didn't see that last pass from Stafford to Kupp, the no look.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Just ridiculous. And I didn't see it until like today. After see
Is he
some
not
other
the real
camera
man,
angles
right?
and whatever, and he's 30-yard right strike right down the middle, just out of the fingertips, man, dirty.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford's a beast. Poor guy stuck in Detroit, got himself a ring though. So shout out Matt Stafford.
I mean, they did have one solid squad that Megatron caught that ball. And who knows what happens after that?
Dude.
That was that playoff game. I wonder, it might have been against the Packers. Or it might have been against the Cowboys.
That's what I was going to say. I think it was the
It
Cowboys.
was the Cowboys line. Megatron did catch that ball.
Oh,
and who
for sure.
knows? I heard some of the analysts talking like, they didn't have this, they didn't have that. Well, they only had Megatron, one of the best receivers ever. And they had a 1,000-yard running back in Reggie Bush. They had a nice defense. Ndamukong Suh, he was in the Super Bowl last year.
It was versus the Bears.
That game?
Hey, man.
Calvin Johnson, yeah, the catch was against the Bears, it seems.
Okay, well.
You bring up those analysts, man, and I know at
They
a
be
certain
wrong
point,
too, though. I'll be peeping.
at a certain point during when your professionalism, I know we had Chris Collinsworth, who was an ex-Bengal, who was at the last Super Bowl that they had, but it was something about his call that just really irked my nerves. I just wanted to put that out there real quick, because, and quite frankly, I'm here at Score on Air. I want Chris's job, and I want to put that out there, whether it got to be on CBS, Fox, ABC. Chris Collinsworth, man, I'm coming for you.
It's time to go.
Out there right now.
I was thinking that. I love Collinsworth and Michaels, but I was kind of thinking like it's time for
It's
just
time for some
like
new
politicians, man. It's
Yeah.
time for some new blood. They do good, but I was just kind of I don't know. I
that
love
out
those
there
guys.
right
Growing
now.
up, like that's
Speak it into existence.
Next 10 years, before we get to the next Super Bowl, I'm going to be there.
there we go.
We're going to make it happen. That's debatable. We're going to be at the Super Bowl, and I'm going to make it happen, man.
got it.
Chris, I'm coming for your job.
All right, boys. We got just about 2 minutes left. The quick show, quick hour. Excellent Super Bowl, man. It's gone quick. It's gone fast.
It has.
Draft's coming up in a couple months. The big thing's going to be college basketball. We're going to hammer that home. The Olympics are going on. Surprise. The Olympics are on TV.
Yeah,
I caught a
US
little
is
bit of
behind.
that monobob. My mom was watching ice dancing last night.
I watched some
dude.
bobsledding. And
There's some crazy stuff they do,
Just
man.
went after the Super Bowl.
Yep. It's cool.
So
So
when I went back downstairs and I noticed the TV was still on, I kind of caught the glimpse
Yep.
of it before I turned the TV.
it's fun. It's cool. So,
NBA All-Star coming up.
dude,
It's
yep.
in Ohio. I thought it was going to be lit. I thought it was going to be a parade in Cincinnati,
Yep.
All Star in Cleveland. But it's just All Star weekend in Cleveland.
And we can't be forgetting about the big trade that just happened. Ben Simmons
You can touch
headed
on
to the
that.
Brooklyn
Yeah, there There you
try
go.
to touch on before he hit that button.
Yep.
Try to touch on
So
basketball.
who got that
real quick.
win?
Yeah.
Brooklyn
You
Nets?
got the levels real quick, but I say
Let's just go over the
it
trade.
could be an even kill trade. Who won it? Both teams might have got what they needed. We'll see what we won't find out who won the actual trade until the
Right, and
deadline. I mean, not to the deadline, to the postseason,
playoffs.
to the playoffs. But as of now,
Do you think they can bring any game out of Ben Simmons?
I think
yeah,
so.
I don't know.
You both think
the
they can?
narrative against Ben is so bad that he needs to hurry up and get out there and play to remind the people that he's a good basketball player. He lacks a jump shot. Okay, he won't shoot the ball. That's fine. He'll still get you 16 to 22 points a night. He gonna get you 8 to 10 rebounds a night and 8 to 10 assists a night. He can lock down your best wing player, and he might be able to guard your best four man or your best wing man. He could guard from 1 through 4, and he could.
But now that the pressure's
your
off
offense.
him, does that
Yeah.
does that just let him? Is that what they're? I mean,
Let KD be KD.
right? We know who runs the team in the Nets. Like Ben can just kind of follow in
Got Kyrie there on the way
and see if they
games.
can get anything out of him, and if not, no big deal.
They got they got Drummond. I still don't understand why Drummond chose to go to the Lakers during his buyout last year when he could have just went to the Nets in his buyout last year, and I could have helped out the Nets tremendously. The Nets is a jump shooting team. And the best thing that Drummond can do is get rebounds. He's not really a defensive big. He's not a rim protector like that. He's a rebound grabber. He gonna get that ball. That's why I should have went there first last year. But he's not where he should have been in the first place. They also got an extra shooter. So just in case Joe Harris got another setback with his ankle injury, he might not be able to come back, or it might get pushed back. So they got another shooter in Seth Curry. And just in case Patty Mills, in case Patty Mills is off, they got Seth. Seth and Patty could hopefully, make up for the home games that Kyrie's not unavailable for in the time being. But, they're still waiting for Ben to show up. I don't know when his debut is going to be.
I don't know when Ben's coming, but right now Seth is in the game. They're playing right now against Sacramento, so they're up 31-13 against Sacramento right now. It says Seth is there.
And they traded for Sabonis. Why? How do y'all let Sabonis go to Sacramento?
And Sabonis is in the game too. He got 3 points.
yeah,
it's still
what
early first quarter.
So hit me with a couple.
How do y'all?
What are
let
your big
Sabonis-
time? What were the other biggest trades?
Oh, the
I was
Cavs.
surprised
I
you
like
did
that.
Porzingis move. Yeah, like you said, Karis LeVert
Karis
coming
LeVert,
to
Cleveland. That was a good move to get them an extra score that they needed. Regular season, the Sixers, but talking for the Sixers side, what James Harden can do is they finally got that outside scorer now, what they thought Dame would be, but they got it in James Harden. They got it in James Harden, that outside scorer, that outside shooter to play off that you got to worry about while Embiid is doing Embiid type things. See, Ben can't present that because he's not a jump shooter. He won't need to do that in Brooklyn. It never fit in Philly. Once they let J.J. Redick, Jimmy Butler, and all those guys walk away, they lost their closer, and Ben Simmons was never that type of guy. So hopefully that their goal is James Harden is that dude, but James Harden is James Harden until the playoffs. We got to figure out what James Harden's going to do. I sometimes call him James St. Patrick because he turns into a ghost. Yeah, he turns into a ghost come playoff time. So he's like, I always compare Aaron Rodgers to the Rockets and James Harden a lot. Yeah. James Harden going to have to, whatever he does is going to come playoff time. So why did you choose Philly this time? Can you be the reason why Philly finally get over the hump?
With him just leaving 2 franchises in 2 seasons, is he kind of like a bad apple at this point? Like he's leaving, and then whenever he doesn't want to play, you showing up to training camp overweight. You don't want to participate. Like, I mean, how is he as a player? Because everybody's excited about him and Embiid teaming up, but you don't even know if he's going to play half the time.
As of right now, Embiid is the MVP right now.
True.
If it ended today. But as of now, he's been healthy. He's already missed his time, and I think he only missed time maybe due to COVID, not even due to injury this year.
Ooh, all right. Here's some news for you. Cincinnati head football coach Luke Fickell agrees to $5 million extension through 2028.
Right on, man.
Sorry to jump ship, but that's cool. All right.
All right.
Any other? You got your eyes on any other trade? Jer? Nothing jumping out you. I know you've been all over Sabonis. What about the Suns picking up Torrey Craig? Does that make any noise at all?
That's just an extra. They just an extra body.
Extra defender.
They think, extra defender who might be able to help them for Giannis or whoever that. Kawhi, Paul George, LeBron. I mean, if the Lakers are even there, but for those type of guys, it's an extra wing defender, extra body. Torrey Craig is a 3-and-D guy.
Just add some depth. Adds a little bit of depth to
much.
How about the
a lower tier
Celtics?
version of what they already got?
So Celtics lose Dennis Schroeder,
Yeah.
and they acquired Daniel Theis from the Rockets. Is he?
Daniel
a pretty good player.
That's where he came from. They
Boston.
It's Theis.
Theis.
Yeah. He. Last year, the Bulls traded for Theis from Boston. So Theis was already a Boston guy. Maybe they lost some of that interior force. He's kind of like he's a short big. He kind of stretches for a little bit, but he's strong, get boards, give him a little bit extra size, but he's not no Embiid stopper, Giannis stopper. He's just an extra body to have, get some rebounds for them.
But the Celtics picking up Derek White was a pretty good move. He was...
Yeah, he's nice for San Antonio.
I caught a little bit of that the other night. Yeah. He looked like he's playing
definitely
pretty well.
Be an upgrade over Schroeder. That's what they're hoping for.
All right, so Celtics got better.
Yeah, I think Schroeder on his way out, man. So he already had just got to Boston over that.
Right,
that's
when you start hopping team to team to team real quick. All right, so Celtics.
McCollum to the Pelicans is weird to me. Now I moved.
I meant to bring you up on that one. Yeah,
yeah. I'm. It's still weird to me. No Zion. Still no Zion. Probably won't see him this year. Still overweight. We don't know what's going on with Zion. He's missing in action.
Still Ranston got him, man.
He need to hit the hyperbolic time chamber and lose some pounds.
Yeah, gumbo down in the bayou.
Dude, right?
Crept up on him real fast.
I thought McCollum would go somewhere like Philly or something, but that's tough. All-Star Weekend's coming up, dunk contest. I mean, we can review it after it happens. Of course, I'm rolling. I'm a Bulls guy. I'm rolling with the East.
Maybe we'll
Team K. Well, it ain't even the East. I'm Team KD, so he got
James Harden getting picked up last and that. How you feel about that?
That was hilarious. I could not download that clip. I didn't get it off YouTube. I couldn't get off YouTube, but it was hilarious. And that Charles Barkley just kept throwing jabs, and KD wasn't budging. I think I do need size. I need length. I need some defense that'll really help for guys like Giannis, LeBron, who whatever. Man, James Harden was the last pick. Man, I wouldn't say deservingly so. LeBron kept going. LeBron kept going with it. All right, I'll just see how far I take it. So I'll pick this guy. I'll pick that guy, and then so more. I wouldn't have him on my team either though. It is what it is. You ain't want to be here on my real squad. Why would I pick you on my thing on my
dude, right?
All-Star team, which he can't even play in the All-Star game now anyway. So we got to figure out who his replacement.
All right, it's hot. All right, gang.
Yeah,
it's about that time. Any final closing comments?
Hey, stay tuned. Score on Air. We got a lot dropping here soon. Within the next couple weeks, or within the next week, I should say, we'll be dropping my 30 for 30, score 30 here that I put together last week with some of the class of 2026. That should be available probably, I would say, this time next week on the Score on Air network.
Yeah, we could definitely pick back up on it. Just a quick Jarris Levels, quick rundown. Lay it down. Pacers, OKC, Houston, Orlando, Detroit still have hope. It's been a lot of changes. The Clippers is in here now. The Knicks still here. Hawks, Blazers. The Lakers are still have hope. They're not looking good at all. The Pelicans moved up, still got hope. The Spurs and Kings still got hope. They're all in play-in territory, and the Wizards is in play-in territory. Don't sleep on them. The Toronto Raptors is actually balling right now. They made a couple moves at the deadline. 8-2 in their last 10 games, looking good. And don't sleep, moved them up. Oh, look at that. Yeah, don't sleep. Denver.
You got a lot in grind time.
Yeah, it's a lot in grind time, but since you got.
But that's the way it goes. All-Star break, man.
All-Star break.
Better get with it or fall behind.
Hold on, where is
telling you to get real around All-Star break. I know you got LA down there and that still have hope, but they should be able to start moving.
Nah, Bron got to hit them free throws.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, great milestone, all-time leader when you combine playoffs and regular season. 19 years, amazing accomplishment, but when it comes down to it, he had one job, make them 3 free throws. You missed the first one terribly. You make the second one, and, of course, you missed the third one on purpose, and it don't go. But, yeah, the Lakers moved down. Clippers moved down. It's a lot in grind time right now. Boston moves up, 8-game win streak. Dallas moves up. They just lost the game, but they're 6-4 in their last 10 games. Luka has been balling, and I think he torched the Clippers in back-to-back nights for almost 100 points total. 51 is career high, and the next night 45. Yep. The young man has been balling. Where is it? All of these. Where the NBA playoffs go? I can't find it right here.
There you go.
There it is. Because I needed to see where they at.
Stats stuffer.
Mavericks is 5th in the West right now. So, yeah, they moved up. Boston moved up. They won 8 straight games in a row, 9-1 in their last 10 games. Cleveland moved up, 7-3 in their last 10, but they did just lose. They're 4th in the East right now, 3rd in the East, tied with the Bucks. Bucks, I want to move the Bucks up, but they just keep losing every now and again and win. They didn't lose a couple games, but we know that they might be the team that they're favorites to come. Well, actually, the Nets is still favored to come out the East, but who knows? But everybody's picking the Bucks. We'll see how that go. Miami, Memphis moves up, and it's only two teams that we like that, and that's Golden State, and nobody's touching the Suns right now.
Yep,
the Suns.
46-10.
46-10, 9-1 in their last 10.
Man.
Number 1 best overall record. They made it. They got added some depth at the deadline. Chris Paul's leading the league in assists. They keep talking about the man that's in year 19, but the man that's in year 18 is doing this darn thing, and he's the same age as the man in year 19. He might be older.
Shout out to Grandpa.
Right. Literally, Grand Paul.
Right. Uncle.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, it's about to start heating up. But like I said, man, once you get to that All-Star break, trade deadline is over with. Now you really get to see the players to really come out and ball. So all that shakeup that just happened over the weekend, as far as the new trades, it's about to start happening in the NBA.
Nets fell down tremendously. I got them in. I think I got them in don't sleep. They need to wake up. They on an 11-game losing streak.
Yikes!
Right now,
I just seen that Kyrie can only play like 8 of the last 26 games because of
ridiculous.
Play at home. I'm
0-10 in the last 10 games. Is that accurate? Yep. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
They lost 11
game losing streak?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Wow.
That's no KD. That's James Harden. That's James Harden quitting on the team. That's no KD, and that's Kyrie's unavailable for the home games.
Good luck.
It is what it is.
Hey.
This might not come
and
out.
that's all that it is.
But they keep talking about how on Christmas Day there was a number 1 seed in the East. But I think shortly after that, the Bulls took over. Anyway,
all right,
but KD kept the ship steady.
Yeah,
KD definitely kept the ship steady. But basketball getting picked up heavy. March Madness, the City League Championship. Shout out to
Nubians of Afrocentric.
Somebody
Afrocentric.
They got. I got corrected about that. The people that's actually a Nubian hate when you say Afro. So shout out to the Nubians of Afrocentric. Those young men won. I can't remember which the young ladies won the city. I cannot remember. Sorry about that.
Hey, but the playoffs in Ohio high school basketball is about to start heating up, so keep an eye out on that.
So you want to come on talk high school sports, call in. Like I said, March Madness, NBA's picking up heavy, and we definitely still going to talk off-season football, moves to be made, stuff to be had. The Vikings announced their new coach either tomorrow or Wednesday. Bring that championship blood over and to spew it in purple and gold. Now, you was blue and gold, just spew it in the purple and gold.
Right.
Now, they got out of everybody who's from the McVay tree, McConnell is the one with the championship experience. And he's bringing the offensive game coordinator, planner, quarterback coach with him to help with the offense. He says he liked Kirk Cousins, but you got to say what you're supposed to say to get the job. So we'll find out if he really likes Kirk Cousins.
Amongst other things.
All right. Super Bowl, shout out to the champs.
Yep. Right. Hey, who they, man? We still here. Hey, my last one, Smith Custom Design and Woodworks for these fine pieces of artwork by my man Alex Smith. I'll drop it in the chat once again. That's Smith Custom and Design and Woodworks.
This thing's sweet. And for that, I'm Ryan Dietrich. That's Debatable. I'm out of here. I'm going to let the boys take us out. Y'all have a good Monday. Thank you for tuning in.
Episode 28, Adrian Peterson.
There we go.
Will Hort 288. That's what it is.
We'll
That's
take
where
him
that
out with
28
intro.
comes from.
Oh yeah, That's Debatable is finally up to date on the YouTube page. Now this will probably be uploaded tomorrow, and as it's finally up to date, I will finally start breaking down these episodes and having the highlights and the segments separated versus just having the whole show. So stuff could be separated. Nice. But yeah, please like and subscribe to the YouTube page. The YouTube page is what's need to be pushed now. Thank you for your
share it, please.
Everybody who called in, my guy Shardo, shout out to the champs.
And Jamal Woods.
Our version of the Ram Ambassador Shardo, Jamal Woods, shout out him. Everybody else who was chimed in on the chat, shout out to y'all. This is That's Debatable. We see y'all next week.
Enjoy the night, lovers.
Ha ha ha. Maybe if you get lucky.
And really the difference so far in this game has been the fact that they have hit 2 big pass plays against Ramsey. And there was a little contact there at the top end. Let's take a look. A face mask grab. Slings Ramsey by.